Every Baby Needs a Name.
Every Baby Needs a Name.
What is the name of your album?
This baby is called Modern World.
Love it.
Thanks, man.
Well, you're like, thank God.
I'm living in the modern world, jumping over modern.
What are the sort of thematics around the record? Have you gone full concept with it, or is this something that you sort of, songs and ideas you've been stewing on for a while?
It's not full concept. It's mostly a collection of songs, but I think that the main story of the record for me is kind of the music itself in a way. I guess I would kind of categorize myself as a soul singer, and obviously like different influences bleed through, like whether it's country or rock or jazz or more electronic stuff, what have you.
When you're writing in those styles, do you feel like the lyrics lend themselves to those styles, or is that where you come in and it becomes just a sort of like same thing?
And I think that some genres do lend themselves to obviously certain lyrical content. Like if you're writing a country song, it almost
She broke my heart, so I ran away.
Exactly. Got my pickup truck and hit the nearest bar. But it almost seems like it's, you know, it's like intuitive to write that way. But with this record, I did try to like keep my narrative voice pretty consistent, despite, you know, the stylistic choices I made production-wise with the songs. Yeah.
Drinking every night away, till we start again the next day.
So
when the instrumentation came to like writing the records, were you writing on piano, were you writing on guitar? How was it coming about?
Combination of everything really. I'd say I wrote probably half just on the piano, but I also wrote some, like we were saying earlier, kind of just like in a room. I recorded at my friend Robin's house in Los Angeles, and you know, we would just basically have like people over, like guitar player, bass player, whatever, and we would kind of do these maybe like extended sort of jam sessions, and then we would kind of like chop stuff together and make songs out of it for probably the other half of the record. But it was interesting because like I came to the table with more kind of like what I would consider like traditionally composed songs, and we almost like, we kind of had this problem with like, it felt boring to just like see those all the way through, so we kind of like cut those up too in the same way that we did the other ones. So.
Do you have a favourite song? Do you have like a favourite couple of songs on the record?
Yeah, I have some favorites. I think two of my favorites are, one is Primrose Hill. I just think lyrical content is the most personal to me. That one for me is a good one. And then also
was Primrose Hill written about the bourgeois area in London, or does it have a different meaning to you?
No, that's what it's written about.
Yeah. I want this album to do so well so I can afford to buy somewhere in Primrose Hill.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It's about all the things I don't have. And then another one I like is called Gone, just because I took some production risks. I could see it being maybe a bit polarizing, but that's, for someone like me who's made pretty straightforward music for most of their life, that's kind of exciting. So
you kind of need to take that jump every once in a while, don't you? If every record sounded the same, you'll have the same fan base, but you kind of keep it interesting for yourself. You don't want to just be churning out the last record before that.
Totally. So I think that one is a nice example of like, taking risks in the studio and seeing what happens. But
I look forward to like 15 years time where you're making your like noise album.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like you slamming a gong.
It's gonna
for
happen.
About 2 hours.
It's like Scott Walker slapping a piece of meat.